Warrior. Imagine the first few minutes of your morning. They are more powerful than you think, moments where the tone of your entire day is silently written. Yet most people waste this sacred time, scrolling aimlessly through their phones, reacting to notifications, or lingering in bed, letting the day dictate itself rather than taking charge. These precious minutes, if harnessed, have the ability to shape your energy, mindset, and resilience. Consider the analogy of a warrior preparing for battle. The first few minutes before stepping onto the field are not idle. They are a sacred ritual of focus, intention, and readiness. Similarly, your mornings are your battlefield. The state in which you step into the world will determine how you respond to its challenges. Too often, however, people approach mornings like an afterthought, allowing external chaos to seep in and dictate their emotions and productivity. Stoic wisdom, combined with insights from modern neuroscience, teaches us that mornings are crucial because the brain is highly malleable at this time. Neural pathways formed in the early hours can set the emotional tone for the entire day. Small intentional practices, reflecting, journaling, setting goals, or simply pausing to breathe, can literally rewire your mind for resilience, clarity, and calmness. By integrating the principles of Stoicism with practical neuroscience-backed techniques, you can reclaim your mornings and, ultimately, your life. The Stoics understood that mastery over the self begins with deliberate action, and the first actions of your day are the most influential. By the end of this journey, you will discover 9 morning secrets that can transform not only your mindset and energy, but also how you approach challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. Each secret is designed to build mental strength, emotional resilience, and clarity, empowering you to step into your day like a warrior, fully in command of his mind and spirit. Prepare yourself, because your mornings are about to become the foundation upon which your greatness is built. Morning. Secret 1. I am responsible for how today feels. Warrior. Imagine waking up to a sudden traffic jam, a missed deadline, or a curt message from someone. Most people react immediately. Anger, frustration, or anxiety takes over, and suddenly the whole day feels ruined. But here's the truth. No circumstance can dictate your day unless you allow it. You are responsible for how today feels. Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, famously said, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Think about that. Every negative reaction you've ever had was not forced upon you. It was chosen, often unconsciously. Recognizing this space gives you freedom and power. Practical exercises help internalize this truth. Begin your morning with journaling. Write down how you want to feel today and the mindset you intend to carry. Pair this with affirmations like, "I choose peace, I choose clarity, I am in control of my day." Self-reflection can also reveal recurring patterns, what triggers frustration, impatience, or self-doubt. By bringing awareness to these patterns, you start rewiring your brain, strengthening the neural circuits that favor resilience over reactivity. Emotional versus rational responses are critical to understand. An emotional reaction is immediate and often destructive. A rational response evaluates the situation and chooses the best path forward. By practicing awareness and reflection every morning, you gradually build the ability to respond rationally rather than react impulsively. Over time, this habit transforms not only your mornings, but the entirety of your life. Morning. Secret 2. Nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This secret emphasizes mental boundaries. Most people let external negativity, criticism, traffic, social media chaos dictate their inner state. But your mind is a fortress, and you are its guardian. No external force can breach it without your consent. Think of someone at work receiving harsh feedback or a discouraging comment online. The immediate reaction is often defensiveness, anger, or disappointment. Yet if you apply the Stoic principle of mental sovereignty, you pause, breathe, and remind yourself that the external event is neutral. Only your interpretation gives it power. Practical exercises can reinforce this skill. Start with a mirror affirmation each morning. Look yourself in the eyes and say, No one disturbs my peace without my permission. Pair this with controlled breathing. Inhale deeply, hold, exhale slowly, training your nervous system to resist external agitation. Another tool is the pause. Before reacting to a provocation, consciously take a moment to assess the situation and choose a calm response. Over time, this practice builds an unshakable calm. You'll notice that negativity that once derailed your day now bounces off like water from a shield. By protecting your mind, you cultivate clarity, focus, and an inner strength that shapes not just your mornings, but every encounter throughout the day. Morning Secret 3. Today I focus only on what I can control. Warrior, consider how often we waste energy obsessing over things beyond our control. Traffic jams, other people's decisions, the weather, global events. Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what we can influence and what we cannot. Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, framed this as the circle of control. Inside this circle are our actions, thoughts, and choices. Outside lies everything else. Focusing on outcomes we cannot control is a trap. Effort without expectation is empowering. Effort bound to results is a source of frustration. A common mistake is worrying about how others perceive us, obsessing over market trends, or stressing about events we cannot change. Instead, direct your energy toward high-impact actions, things you can actually influence. Practical exercises make this actionable. Begin your morning by listing your tasks and categorizing them, controllable versus uncontrollable. Commit fully to what you can control and release what you cannot. This could mean focusing on your preparation for a presentation rather than obsessing over whether your audience will respond favorably. By internalizing this habit, you reduce stress, improve clarity, and make meaningful progress in areas that truly matter. Through repetition, your brain begins to recognize where your power lies. You'll notice emotional reactivity diminish, focus sharpen, and resilience grow. By consciously choosing where to apply effort each morning, you shape a day filled with purposeful action rather than wasted worry. Morning Secret 4. My worth is not measured by today's outcomes, warrior. It's easy to let external results define your self-worth. A promotion denied, a critical comment, or a failed project can make us doubt our value. Yet Stoicism teaches us that self-worth is intrinsic, not conditional. Seneca's life is a powerful example. Exiled unjustly, stripped of status, yet he remained steadfast, knowing his value was rooted in character, not circumstance. Modern society conditions us to link worth with achievement, praise, or recognition. This creates a cycle of anxiety, comparison, and fleeting satisfaction. Stoic practice encourages separating effort from identity. Your actions are under your control, their reception is not. You are valuable for striving, learning, and living with integrity. Practical exercises include affirmations such as, "My value is inherent," "Today's results do not define me," and journaling about personal strengths, lessons learned, and areas of growth independent of outcomes. By consistently reminding yourself of this truth each morning, you reinforce a resilient mindset. This separation of effort from identity enhances confidence, reduces fear of failure, and motivates you to act without attachment to results. Over time, you'll notice freedom in your decisions, courage in your actions, and a steady inner peace that no outcome can shake. Morning Secret 5. I will act, not just intend, warrior. Many people wake up with noble intentions to exercise, write, meditate, or tackle important tasks, but intentions alone are powerless. Action is what transforms ideas into reality. The gap between intention and action is where most potential gets wasted. History is full of examples, leaders, philosophers, and warriors who acted decisively, achieving greatness, while others lingered in thought without execution. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of doing, not merely planning. He wrote, "Don't just say you will do something, do it." This principle underlines the psychology of implementation intention. Breaking goals into specific, actionable steps triggers the brain to follow through. Micro-actions compound into significant progress, creating momentum that fuels further achievement. Practical tips for your morning. create micro-actions, simple, achievable steps that lead toward your larger goal. For example, instead of "I will write," start with "I will write 200 words." Small wins build confidence and overcome inertia. Pair this with deliberate scheduling. Set aside dedicated time, remove distractions, and begin immediately rather than waiting for motivation. Through repeated action, you train your mind to prioritize execution over procrastination. The compounding effect is profound. Each morning of action strengthens discipline, builds momentum, and moves you closer to mastery. Remember, warrior, intention without action is like a sword left in its sheath, powerful in potential but useless unless wielded. Morning, Secret 6. Every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Warrior, life is full of obstacles, unexpected setbacks, criticism, or failure. Most people perceive these as threats, but Stoicism reframes challenges as opportunities for growth. Adversity is the forge in which character is strengthened. Admiral James Stockdale, a Vietnam War POW, survived unimaginable hardship through this mindset, using his suffering as a means to cultivate resilience and inner strength. The Stoics believed that struggle is training for the soul. When difficulties arise, rather than resisting or complaining, see them as exercises for patience, courage, and wisdom. Each challenge is a chance to test your virtues and develop mental fortitude. Practical exercises. Start a morning reflection journaling practice. List the challenges you might face today and identify how each could help you grow. Engage in mental rehearsal, visualize overcoming obstacles with composure and grace. This rewires the brain to anticipate difficulties not with fear, but with readiness. By adopting this perspective, hardships lose their paralyzing grip. Your mind becomes resilient, viewing adversity as an inevitable and valuable part of life rather than an obstacle to happiness. Each challenge embraced strengthens your character, preparing you for greater trials and triumphs in both personal and professional life. Morning Secret 7. I will not compare my journey to anyone else's warrior. One of the most destructive habits in modern life is comparison. Social media, workplace competition, and even casual conversations constantly tempt us to measure our progress against others, yet Stoicism teaches that your path is unique. Epictetus said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well." Comparing yourself to others leads only to dissatisfaction, envy, and distraction from your personal growth. Think of two students. One excels academically but struggles socially. The other is popular but struggles with focus. If each constantly compares themselves to the other, both feel inadequate despite their own strengths. The key is to focus on your journey, your improvement, and your values. Practical exercises. Consider a social media detox each morning. Avoid external influences that spark comparison. Begin journaling. List your achievements, strengths, and areas of growth without reference to anyone else. Reflect on personal progress, not external benchmarks. Over time, this strengthens self-awareness and appreciation for your unique path. By letting go of comparison, you reclaim your mental energy, focus on what truly matters, and cultivate confidence in your abilities. Your mornings become a sacred space for self-alignment, ensuring that each day contributes to your journey rather than someone else's narrative. Morning Secret 8. I choose discipline over motivation. Warrior, motivation is fleeting. You may wake up inspired one day and lethargic the next. Discipline, however, is constant. Marcus Cato the Younger embodied this principle consistently, acting according to virtue and duty, regardless of personal feelings. Discipline is the anchor that ensures action even when motivation wanes. Motivation is emotional and often unreliable. Discipline is behavioral and reliable. Psychological studies show that consistent routines, habit stacking, and accountability systems are far more effective in achieving long-term goals than waiting for inspiration. Choosing discipline creates momentum, builds resilience, and establishes habits that compound over time. Practical exercises. Schedule your morning the night before. Stack habits. Pair meditation with journaling or exercise with planning your day. Use self-accountability tools, track your actions, set reminders, and reward consistency. By relying on discipline rather than fleeting motivation, you train your brain to follow through, creating a rhythm that carries you through challenges. Choosing discipline over motivation transforms your mornings into a controlled, purposeful environment. Every small act of consistency strengthens your self-mastery and ensures that no day passes without progress, even when emotions fluctuate. Morning, Secret 9. Gratitude will shape how I see the day, warrior. Your perspective defines your reality. Gratitude is not just a polite habit, it is a powerful tool to rewire your brain and transform your experience of life. When you start the day focusing on what you appreciate, your mind naturally shifts away from negativity and scarcity toward abundance and possibility. Seneca and other Stoics practiced negative visualization, considering what could go wrong, not to instill fear, but to deepen appreciation for what they had. Modern neuroscience supports this. Focusing on gratitude activates neural pathways linked to happiness, resilience, and emotional stability. Your morning practice of gratitude primes your brain for a positive outlook, increases dopamine and serotonin, and strengthens mental health. Practical exercises. Each morning, journal 3 things you are grateful for, however small. Reflect on personal strengths, relationships, and opportunities. Visualize the day ahead and intentionally frame challenges as blessings in disguise. Over time, this habit rewires your emotional response, reducing stress and enhancing joy. By making gratitude a cornerstone of your morning, you set the tone for every interaction, decision, and experience throughout the day. Your mindset becomes one of abundance, appreciation, and inner peace, allowing you to navigate life with calm, strength, and clarity. Bonus, secret. I will end the day better than I started, warrior. Growth is a continuous journey. Stoicism teaches that reflection and incremental improvement compound into excellence. Seneca's evening ritual involved reviewing his actions, identifying mistakes, and planning how to improve tomorrow. By ending each day with intention, you transform experiences into lessons and setbacks into opportunities. Practical exercises. Each evening, journal 3 wins, 3 lessons, and 3 priorities for the next day. Reflect on moments of success, how you responded to challenges, and where you could improve. This practice creates a loop of constant refinement, allowing you to end the day stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you began. Even small improvements, mental clarity, emotional regulation, or better decision-making accumulate over time. By committing to ending each day better, you create a powerful habit that ensures consistent personal growth. This principle not only enhances your mornings, but fortifies your entire life journey, making you a warrior of both action and reflection. Warrior, you have journeyed through 9 powerful morning secrets, each designed to transform your mindset, energy, and resilience. You have learned that you are responsible for how your day feels, that nothing can disturb your peace without your permission, and that focusing only on what you can control is the key to clarity and effectiveness. You have discovered that your worth is not measured by outcomes, that action outweighs mere intention, and that every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. You have embraced the wisdom of not comparing your journey to others, choosing discipline over fleeting motivation, and using gratitude to shape your perspective. And finally, you have seen the power of ending each day better than you started, turning reflection into a tool for continuous improvement. Together, these secrets form a morning routine that empowers you to step into each day with purpose, strength, and unwavering focus. Consistency is the true path to mastery. Warrior, perfection is not the goal. Steady, intentional practices. Each morning, as you apply these principles, you are building resilience, clarity, and inner strength that will ripple through every aspect of your life. Mornings are not just a part of your day, they are the foundation of your habits, your mindset, and ultimately, your legacy. Now it is time to act. Take what you have learned, implement it, and make each morning a deliberate, sacred practice. Commit to these rituals, reflect on your progress, and embrace the small, consistent improvements that compound into extraordinary results. If this journey has resonated with you, share it with others. Like comment, subscribe, and engage, because knowledge grows when it is shared, and your growth can inspire others to step into their own mornings as warriors. The day is yours to command. Seize it with intention, courage, and gratitude, and watch how your life transforms.